It's every year. This is Austin Reeves. Every year. And I don't want to make videos like this. I don't. I know I have to. I know I'm critical of Austin Reeves, but he wants $40 million, even $30 million. He wasn't even a $15 million player last night. Rui has been better in the 3 games Reeves has played than Austin Reeves. I'd rather give Rui $30 million than give Reeves this. Again, he's a Laker. I don't want to have to come on and criticize him and talk about how cheeks he is and all this stuff. I don't.
Spent like how much? 10,000, 20,000,
every year. This is Austin.
30,000,
every year. And
40,000.
I don't want
How much
to
I'ma
make
spend
videos like this. I don't. I know I have to. I know I'm
She
critical,
come in and
but he wants
compliment my
$40
closet. Fuck her on the
million,
floor
even
like I don't
$30
give a
million.
fuck
He wasn't
about
even a
it.
$15 million player last night. Rui has been better in the 3 games Reeves has played than Austin Reeves. I'd rather give Rui $30 million than give Reeves this.
My family wish I
again,
stopped
he's
wilding.
a Laker.
Still
I don't
on
want to
the
have
east
to
side
come on
smoking with
and
my
criticize him and talk about
OG.
how cheeks he is and all this stuff. I don't.
Cause they the only ones that really know me. I was fucking superstars when I was 19. Shit we did, you won't believe me.
Bro, it's time to talk about Austin Reeves, bro. I promise you, I'm about to start putting this man in convos that some of y'all not ready for. Austin, easily, top 20 so far this NBA season. Them buckets that he getting, the numbers he posting up, it's ridiculous, bro. I said this like last year, bro. Austin Reeves, 3rd option. He better than some of your first options. Some of y'all sat there and thought I was tripping. Y'all thought I was lying, but no! We here, baby! We here!
The way you make me feel these days.
Bro, it's time to talk about Austin Reeves, bro. I promise you, I'm about to start putting this man in convos that some of y'all not ready for. Austin, easily, top 20 so far this NBA season. Them buckets that he getting, the numbers he posting up, it's ridiculous, bro. I said this like last year, bro. Austin Reeves, 3rd option. He better than some of your first options. Some of y'all sat there and thought I was tripping. Y'all thought I was lying, but no! We here, baby! We here!
Let's go this one. Jamal Murray won a chip. Don't want to hear it. Oh, I'm assuming that was to your comment, Jason, about other guards that have struggled in the playoffs this year.
Yeah, I think that Denver Nuggets team wins the title if Austin Reeves from this year is healthy and in rhythm next to Jokic.
Think this year's Denver Nuggets?
No, from 2023.
Oh, for 2020. Okay, gotcha.
Not to say, like, guys, I do think Jamal Murray is proven to be a better playoff player than Austin. My point is the point I was trying to make is, like, as the league has gotten more physical and the best teams in the league have been so good on defense, skill guards all around the league are struggling. Like, Jalen Brunson is really the only dude who's, like, thriving as, like, a small, unathletic on-ball guard in this environment.
And Jalen Brunson is very, very physically strong. That certainly helps him in that type of situation.
Good point.
Come with me. Hail Mary, nigga, run quick, see.
Let's go this one. Jamal Murray won a chip. Don't want to hear it. Oh, I'm assuming that was to your comment, Jason, about other guards that have struggled in the playoffs this year.
Yeah, I think that Denver Nuggets team wins the title if Austin Reeves from this year is healthy and in rhythm next to Jokic.
Come with me.
Think this year's Denver Nuggets?
No, from 2023.
Oh, for 2020. Okay, gotcha.
Not to say, like, guys, I do think Jamal Murray is proven to be a better playoff player than Austin. My point is the point I was trying to make is, like, as the league has gotten more physical and the best teams in the league have been so good on defense, skill guards all around the league are struggling. Like, Jalen Brunson is really the only dude who's, like, thriving as, like, a small, unathletic on-ball guard in this environment.
And Jalen Brunson is very, very physically strong. That certainly helps him in that type of situation.
Good point.
Ready to make my soundbite part of the show. I never seen nothing like this where somebody that's a different blogger on a different stream takes your soundbite and DJs your shit. Like, he's like a fucking DJ.
Austin Reeves.
Foul baiter.
Ladies and gentlemen, we are back, folks. We are back, man. We are most definitely back, folks, and we got to get into it, man, before this game pops off in about another hour or so, folks. I am absolutely flabbergasted at the way the media is covering the Lakers right now. You know, you guys see the thumbnail, man. It's just nasty, folks. You know, it's very nasty what's going on, man. You know, as the title of the show states, folks, the Lakers refuse to hold the whites accountable, folks. You know, I want to talk about JJ Redick, folks. You know, this dude, ladies and gentlemen, he has lost 5 straight games versus the Oklahoma City Thunder. He's lost 5 straight. All right. If this was Darvin Ham, we would be saying, yo, it's time to get you up out of here. Right. This dude can't win. He can't beat the Thunder. Right. So, I mean, we can talk about Aston too, because he can't play against the Thunder. But who's putting him in the game? I mean, this is JJ Redick. Right. So not only are you not pushing the right buttons, the guys that you are playing aren't getting the job done. You're the one standing there on the sidelines watching these dudes get clapped, and you're not making any adjustments. You're not doing anything differently. So how is this any different from Darvin Ham? Seriously, how is this any different? How is D'Angelo Russell any different from Aston Reeves? I told you guys a week ago. You guys thought I was trolling when I broke it down, and I showed you guys the numbers. I showed you guys the facts. I said, yo, Aston is actually worse than D'Angelo Russell. He's worse. And here comes everybody making 1,000 excuses for Aston. Y'all didn't make excuses for D'Lo. Nobody ever made an excuse for D'Lo when he stunk up the joint. Nobody ever said, oh, well, it's because he's hurt. Oh, well, you know, this isn't a good matchup for him. Nobody made excuses for him. Nobody made excuses for Darvin Ham. But it's like these people want to make excuses for Reeves. They want to make excuses for JJ. They want to make excuses for Rob Pelinka. Folks, this stuff is getting nasty over here, man. It really, honestly, truly is, folks. It's getting nasty. You guys see the thumbnail, folks. We see what's going on here, man. We see what's going on. It's right in your face, folks. It's obvious the blacks, we get held to a standard, and the standard is excellence. The standard is you have to win as a black. But as a white, you can be mediocre. You can get your cheeks busted every single season. You can lose 5 straight games to, you know, Mark Daigneault and the Oklahoma City Thunder, and nobody says anything. This would have been Darvin Ham. How long did Darvin Ham last? He lasted 2 years, right? It's JJ Redick's 2nd year. Why aren't we having conversations about firing this clown? It's time for you to get back to podcasting, buddy. Seriously. So that's what I'm here to discuss today, folks, before this game starts, man. This stuff just gets, this rabbit hole, like I said, it's disgusting, folks, the digger you deep, man. I mean, it really is. It really is, folks. You know, I tell you guys all the time, man, you guys think because these people aren't just outright saying the N-word that they're not racist, man. No, they are. I'm sorry to break it to you guys. I'm sorry to break it to you guys. Yeah, they might not be up on camera, you know, calling us the N-word, but that doesn't mean, folks, that, you know, they're not racist, folks. I mean, I'm sorry, look at my nigga Nico. Look at how they did my nigga Nico, but Rob Pelinka gets to keep his job? How does this make any sense? Luka's about to miss, his 8th playoff game tonight with the Lakers? Anthony Davis missed 1 playoff game as a Laker. 1 playoff game. Luka's about to miss his 8th. How does Rob Pelinka still have a gig? Oh, you guys don't get it. You guys don't get it, do you? You guys don't get it, do you, chat? I was thinking about this earlier today. Serious coaches play the blacks. It's that simple, folks. Serious coaches play the blacks. Look at Chris Finch, folks. Look at Chris Finch, coach of the Minnesota Timberwolves. Look at all the coaches that are serious about winning. Who do they play? They play the blacks, folks. Serious coaches play the blacks. JJ Redick is not serious, man. He's trying to help Aston get a new contract. He's trying to help Jake LaRavia get a new contract. They're not serious about winning. So why do we need you? I told y'all before the series started the other day, I said if the Lakers want a chance to compete, you have to bench the whites, excuse me. You have to bench the whites and you have to play the blacks. The whites got to go to the back of the bus. No, they would rather us lose with the whites than for us to play the blacks. They don't care about winning. They don't care. And I got some clips I want to play for you guys. Rob Parker, he had a clip about JJ Redick that I actually agreed with. So I'm going to play that clip for you guys here in a second. Shout out to everybody that's tuned in. Y'all do me a favor and drop a like on the video. We got to get these likes up, chat. Seriously, we got to get this message out there because enough's enough, man. Honestly, enough's enough, man. This is year, what, 4? With Aston, this is Cheek Busters 4, man. Enough. When is enough going to be enough, chat? I mean, I told you guys that during the last game at halftime. Like, this nigga Aston's about to make me cry, bro. Like, he's damn near, he's broke my spirit, man. He's broken me, chat. I mean, seriously, JJ Redick and Aston and Rob Pelinka and these white boys, chat, they've literally broken my spirit, man. We have an opportunity right here in front of us right now to go win a championship. Y'all keep sitting up here acting like OKC is this unbeatable juggernaut of a team, and it's not, folks. SGA had 18 points the last game. We had a great game plan against SGA, and we executed it to perfection. The problem was Aston, everybody's, all-star, he didn't show up to play. And JJ Redick just stood there and did nothing. Exactly. If Vanderbilt put up 3 of 16, he would have been taken out mid-game and benched. Exactly. All I'm asking for, I'm not asking for much. I'm just asking for y'all to be fair about this. That's all that I'm asking for. If you're going to criticize D'Angelo Russell when he plays bad, you need to do the same thing with Aston Reeves. I don't want to hear no excuses. There's no excuse. We don't care because he rushed back. We don't care about none of that. There's no excuses, bro. If you can't play and you're going to be stinking the joint up as bad as you are, then don't play. Tell JJ Redick, hey, bro, I'm going to be honest, man. I think me being out there kind of hurts us. I'm going to take myself. I'm going to bench myself. Bench yourself. Don't wait for JJ to bench yourself. But no, you want to go out there. You want to jack up 16 shots. You didn't make a single three-pointer. Going into the fourth quarter, you were 1 for 11. Bro, we could have gave them shots to somebody that was going to make them. But no, y'all would rather us lose. Every year, they would rather us lose than to bench these sorry-ass white boys. Why is Jake LaRavia still getting minutes? We ain't seen Dalton Knecht in 6 months. That boy can shoot, man. We saw Mark Dagnall. He's pushing buttons. He goes to the gay nigga, Jared McCain. He comes in off the bench, bombing threes away. That's what we need Dalton to do. We need you to come in off the bench and just let it fly. No, you want to keep Dalton Knecht buried on the bench, but you got Aston out here playing 40 minutes and he can't throw a rock into the ocean. At what point is enough going to be enough? If this was Darvin Ham, niggas would be outraged. But when it's JJ Redick, y'all don't want to say nothing? If this was D'Angelo Russell, niggas would be outraged. But because it's Aston, y'all don't want to say nothing? I'm getting tired, chat. They're breaking me. My spirit is getting broken. My GOAT was the best player on the floor at 41 years old. We had an opportunity to win the game. We could have stole game 1. And these niggas you got this clown standing on the sidelines with his hands crossed, just watching Aston go 3 for 16 for the whole game. You can't make this stuff up. I'm about to play this clip from Rob Parker, folks. But before we get into it, man, shout out to CPA Joe with the $5 super chat. Appreciate you.
LeBron fan.
Go have me on a late night mission, pulling up.
Shout out to CPA Joe with the $5 super chat. You said this Aston graphic is nasty. LOL. Fries in the bag, Aston. Folks, let's listen to Rob Parker and what he had to say. I usually don't agree with Rob Parker. I usually think, he's a clown. He is a clown. But he had a take about JJ Redick, folks, that I agree with 1,000%. Take a listen to this, folks.
Redick said something today, Rob G, that just rubbed me the wrong way.
Yeah, ahead of game 1, the Lakers, you mentioned it, 15.5-point underdogs.
That is unbelievable. Has LeBron ever been a 15.5-point underdog?
I don't
you know
think
what I
even
mean?
back
In
in
a playoff
07 he was
game?
that low.
My God.
But yeah, it's not looking good for the Lakers. Everybody's expecting not only to lose this series, but all likelihood to get swept. And JJ Redick, ahead of game 1, spoke about the task at hand going against the defending champion Thunder. Take a listen.
We saw a stat in our morning meeting this morning, like of teams that have had back-to-back or even more than that, 10 or more better net ratings in consecutive seasons. We're talking about the 95-96 Bulls, the 96-97 Bulls, and then the 15-17 Warriors. You're literally talking about 2 of the greatest teams of all time. I said to a bunch of people yesterday, off-site, that were, talking about this series to me. I said, yeah, the Thunder are it's one of the greatest teams ever in NBA history. That's just the reality. They're that good. I think our guys recognize that and respect that, and we know what kind of task we have in front of us.
No, they are not one of the greatest teams in NBA history, JJ Redick. What baloney is that? They won a championship. We gave them a parade. We threw the confetti at them. They also win 7 games against Denver and 7 games against Indiana. If Halliburton didn't get hurt, they might have lost that championship. I don't care what the numbers say. This is a typical coach speak. JJ Redick thinks everybody's a dummy. You know what he's saying? Keith, he's saying, we're going to get drubbed, so I'm going to soften the blow. I'm going to tell you how great they are, so no one's going to look at me and say, oh, the Lakers are garbage or they're trash or how embarrassing. Even with LeBron, everybody talks about how great he is and the numbers he's still putting up, and nobody gives him a damn chance. I get it. OKC is the defending champs, and they are a hell of a team. But to crown them with 1 championship that they're one of the greatest teams of all time? Can you stop? Can you pump the brakes? Can you give us a break? JJ Redick is full of baloney. JJ Redick is a $3 bill. JJ Redick is disingenuous. It's coach speak, Keith. He's trying to deflect and tell you there's nothing to see here. He's warning Laker fans. Don't worry, we are losing because they're so great. I never heard a defeatist attitude before you even get into a series. My God, do you know that thing's called upsets? I'm not buying JJ Redick.
Well, JJ was in the media. This is a jet.
Yeah, shut up, nigga. I don't know who this other nigga is with the dreads. You can shut the fuck up. Yeah. So once again, shout out to Pacey. What's going on, man? We got Eric in the chat. He said, rare W Rob Parker take. I agree with Rob Parker, folks, on this take 1,000%. I've been saying this for a while now. To me, SGA is okay. I've seen way better players than SGA in my life. I told you guys that this NBA is so watered down that, we're sitting here gassing up players that 15 years ago, they would have been role players, right? I mean, that's just the reality. Some of you guys wouldn't have been in the league 15 years ago. Okay. I'm not saying SGA is, a scrub or whatever, but I mean, like I said, I grew up on players way better than him. I grew up on Tracy McGrady and Allen Iverson, Shaq and Kobe and Dwayne Wade, LeBron. Like, I've seen way better than, I think Brandon Roy is better than this nigga. Like, you feel me? Like, I've seen just way better players than SGA, man. Like, I don't see no highlights of this dude ever on social media. Like, he never dunks. He doesn't play above the rim. He doesn't do anything, right, that, like, just makes you say, wow. I'm just being honest with you guys. The league is just watered down, so guys like SGA, they get more credit than, in reality, what they actually deserve. Is he a good player? Sure, I'll give you that. I'm not going to argue with you about it. But is he some all-time great player? No, he's not. Not in my opinion. Not yet, at least. I mean, one championship where the other team's best player tore his Achilles in Game 7. I mean, I don't rate that. Like, I'm just being honest with you. I mean, to me, the championship last year that he won, I mean, that's kind of reminiscent of the 2019 championship with the Raptors, chat, and the baby dinosaurs. I mean, let's just keep it a buck. Remember when KD came back for Game 5 and tore his Achilles, and then Klay Thompson in Game 6 tore his ACL? That's why the Raptors won. They didn't win because they were the better team. They won because the other team got hurt. Same thing with Steph Curry's first ring in 2015. They didn't win because they were the better team. They won because Kevin Love didn't play, and neither did Kyrie Irving. That's why they won that championship in 2015. So I put that championship on the same level with those championships that SGA won last year. You got lucky. I personally think if Tyrese Halliburton would have played, they would have beat them. That's just my personal opinion. So that's why going into this series, I told you guys, bro, I'm not afraid of this team like how the media is trying to portray it. I'm just not afraid of this team like that. We can beat this team, but it's going to boil down to, at this point, JJ Redick. We all know Aston is garbage. Like, we saw that in the last. Everybody knows it now. Seriously, everybody knows it now. We don't even have to keep having a conversation about Aston at this point. The cat is out the bag with Aston. The whole world knows he's dog shit. Now we have to start blaming JJ Redick at this point. We got to start blaming JJ Redick at a certain point because you're the one that keeps playing this dude, right? You're clearly seeing he's hurting our team, and yet you continue to give him 35, 40 minutes a night. He's hurting us. So for me personally, folks, like I said, I am just about fed up with, this basketball team. You guys see the thumbnail, man. To me personally, folks, this is the clan at this point, man. Honestly, this is the clan to me. I heard a clip from Tim McMahon. Right? I heard a clip from Tim McMahon on ESPN LA, folks. I want to show you guys, right, just how racist these people can actually get. Let me see if I can find this clip, folks, from Tim McMahon. Oh, yeah, here we go. Actually, give me 1 second. Give me 1 second. Let me find this clip. Oh, yeah, here we go. Yep, here we go, folks. Here we go. Shout out to Unvaccinated. What's going on, man? We got Top Fly High. What's going on, man? Let's take a listen to Tim McMahon, folks. Now, once again, I want you guys to listen to the racial undertones, folks. All right? Like I said, just because these people aren't saying the N-word doesn't mean they're not racist. Now, when D'Angelo Russell was playing this bad a couple of years ago, nobody in their right mind said we need to sign this dude to a max contract. Nobody in their right mind said that. Watch how they try to make this excuse for Aston. Here we go.
With, obviously he's not been able to do the kind of conditioning to be in game shape. Like, dude, even if he was coming back in the series, the situation, the circumstances are stacked against him. And by the way, that's what Austin Reeves is really dealing with right now. Like, Austin Reeves rushed back from an oblique injury faster than his timetable, right? It was a 4 to 6 week injury. He came back in 27 days and, was able to help them beat the Rockets. But, like, he's going to deal with the Oklahoma City defense under those circumstances. Like, you saw, game one was rough.
I'm sorry, chat. What did I tell you? I don't want to keep pausing it, but I got to stop it right here. What did I tell you they're going to do? They're going to use the injury excuse. They did the same thing last year. When he got exposed by Minnesota, Trevor Lane said, oh, he had a toe injury. Every single fucking year, they're going to do I got to add the injury excuse to the Aston Reeves cycle. I got to add the injury excuse to this graphic. They do the same shit every season. So when we beat the Rockets in game 6, none of y'all said, oh, but Aston was injured. Notice how they didn't use that excuse in game 6 when we won the game. But you notice how they pull the excuses out only when we lose. If he would have played well and we would have won the game, they would have never brought up this injury. They're only bringing it up because we lost the game and he played bad. So they have to have an excuse. This is the NBA. This is sports. These are grown men. We don't care about excuses, man. We don't care about excuses, folks. This is the playoffs. Everybody's banged up. Ain't nobody 100% right now. Nobody's 100%. What is this narrative that they trying to run with that niggas are 100%? Everybody's dealing with something. They've been playing basketball for 6 months straight. Everybody's banged up. Everybody's dealing with a little injury here or there. Getting treatment for injuries here and there. No, they want to make excuses. Oh, well, look at what Austin's dealing with. Oh, he was dealing with the 4 to 6 injury. He came back in 27 days. No, he came back because Luke Kennard had 27 in his first game as a Laker in the playoffs. That's why he rushed himself back. He didn't rush himself back because he wants to help our team. He knows that if he don't play, he's going to lose his job to Luke Kennard. That's why he came back. Come on, man. Tell the truth, man. Chat, am I lying? Am I lying, chat? Luke Kennard in his first playoff game as a Laker had 27. Aston has never had more than 23 in his entire Laker career. Aston was sitting on the bench hearing Luke Kennard get MVP chants, so he hurried up and rushed himself back so he could take the ball out of Luke Kennard's hands. That's why he rushed himself back. They sitting up here acting like, oh, he's trying to do whatever it takes so he can help our team. How is he helping us? He went 3 for 16. How is that helping us? What are we talking about? He wanted to take the ball out of Luke Kennard's hands. He would rather go 3 for 16 than to watch Luke Kennard drop 20 and we win. This is unbelievable what's going on with this damn organization, bro. The way Luke Kennard was playing, you don't bench him, man. You ride the hot hand. No, y'all trying to get this boy a contract. That's what this is about. They trying to get him a contract, chat. That's why they put him in the game and bench Luke Kennard, because they want him to get the money. He's their guy. They want him to get paid. And he still can't do what Luke Kennard did. He still can't do it. This whole plan of making Aston the superstar of the future next to Luka is blown up in their face, and they all look stupid. They all look stupid. They didn't even want Luke Kennard to do what he did against the Rockets, and he overcame everybody. Luke Kennard overcame JJ Redick. He overcame Rob Pelinka. He overcame the Aston fans. He overcame the Rockets. He overcame everybody. Dropped 27 points, and y'all bench him because Aston says, "Oh, I'm ready to go now." I thought it was a 4-week injury. How you back already? He didn't want Luke Kennard getting any more shine and credit. That's all this is about. I'm not finna let y'all flip this narrative and play these games like he's rushing back to come help us. How is he helping us when we got smoked and he went 3 for 16?
And beat the Rockets, but like he's going to deal with the Oklahoma City defense under those circumstances. Like you saw, game one was rough. 3 of 16, 8 points, and the thing about that is he wasn't even like the primary focal point for them defensively. Lou Dort was guarding LeBron. Jalen Williams, who usually gets the second toughest assignment, he's dealing with his own hamstring injury. He's wearing a god awful like pink denim jacket on the bench.
I kind of like that. I kind of like the jacket. I really did. I thought it took guts, and I thought it was the kind of thing that when you got money, you can buy stuff like that. And I was like, you know what? I kind of like that jacket. I thought it was good.
Shut your bitch ass up! It was like I don't know, like it was short, it was pink. There's a lot going on there. Anyways, he's not. He typically he would be guarding Austin Reeves. It was AJ Mitchell guarding him, who's a solid defender, but he's not like an all defensive guy. They've got a couple of those caliber dudes coming off the bench. But again, even with LeBron being, getting the best defender, Austin Reeves had a really, really tough time in game one. And the only chance for the Lakers to draw blood in the series is for Austin Reeves to be awesome. And I don't know if that's going to happen.
So, Tim, it's Greg Bergman here. And so you're talking about Austin Reeves. And Reeves has been, in his playoff career, has not been great. And yes, he's coming off the oblique injury. We talked to a lot of people here at ESPN LA, and we're talking to a lot of people that work for the team, so probably can't answer as well as you can that's outside. Mm-hmm. What do you do with Austin Reeves in the offseason? Because he is not, it seems a little bit too physical of a game in the postseason for him. Do you give him the max? Do you think they should give him max? Can you give him less? What do you think the path for Austin Reeves is in the offseason?
You don't get cute. Like I do think you have to give him max, because if you don't, I think like the Brooklyn Nets will, or maybe the Bulls or somebody else will. Austin Reeves, you're not paying him that money to be your primary offensive option. You're paying him that money to be the co-star alongside Luka Doncic.
I'm sorry, Chad. I got to stop it right here. This clown, Tim McMahon, this clown says, yeah, you don't get cute and you pay Aston because Brooklyn and Chicago might sign him. What? Exactly, Jetpack. Who cares if they do? Exactly. And then my thing is, nigga, does he think the niggas in Brooklyn don't have TVs? Does he think the niggas in Chicago don't watch the Lakers? I mean, what does this nigga think? He think we the only ones watching this? You think Brooklyn is watching this and is saying, yeah, we want to sign up to give this dude $170-something million. That's what you think. This man said, yeah, don't get cute. You got to pay him because Brooklyn and Chicago might. Nigga, they don't want him. And even in some hypothetical world that they did, how does that affect the Lakers? If you're the Lakers, you're trying to win. What does Austin going to Brooklyn have to do with us? He won't be our concern anymore. I mean, where do they find these people, chat? And then my thing is, the people that be interviewing these people, why don't they ever push back on this stuff? It's like they call in into these radio shows and they get no pushback. It's just like they just get to say this stuff and it's just like were y'all not going to say anything? Y'all weren't going to say, hold on, Tim. Well, I mean, if he goes to Brooklyn, I mean, respectfully, like, that's not really going to affect the Lakers at all, him going to Brooklyn. Oh, well, no, we want Aston to be the co-star of the future. Dude, he can't beat the Spurs. He can't beat the Timberwolves. He can't beat the Thunder. What are we talking about? I don't know, man. I don't know, Shaq.
And so if Luka's not healthy, then like, okay, you're not going to win. Period. That's just the way it is. But yeah, you've got to pay Austin Reeves. Let's not make this complicated. You've got to pay that guy. He fits alongside Luka. They have a good dynamic. They have a good relationship. You need a secondary creator, scorer, and all that stuff to play alongside him, just like he thrived with Kyrie in Dallas.
Nigga, he is not Kyrie Irving, man. What are you talking about? Kyrie Irving was the #1 pick in the draft. Aston didn't even get drafted. And my thing is this. Y'all keep talking about what he did in Dallas when he got to the finals. Nigga, they lost. Are we forgetting that part? They got clapped in 5. It was a gentleman's sweep because of Luka. Y'all gotta let this thing go, bruh. We get it. Luka got to the finals, nigga. That was damn near 2 years. It was 2 years ago. Them days is over. The Thunder have improved. SGA is better. Wemby's here. Minnesota ain't going nowhere. It's over. Nico realized that. That's why he traded Luka. They trying to build the 2024 Mavericks in 2026. They gonna make me cry. I'm so tired of these people. I'm so tired, bro. They're gonna make me cry, chat. You're trying to build a team from 2 years ago. I just never heard of just want to build a team from 2 years ago that lost. I don't get these people. These people are trolling me. You want to build a team from 2 years ago, really 3 years ago, because you got to start building the team in the summer. So really, we're talking about the 23-24 Mavericks. So that really is a team from 3 years ago. You want to build a team from 3 years ago. Are we going to be in 2030 and these Laker media motherfuckers going to be like, yeah, well, we gotta build a team like the Mavericks did. How many years are y'all going to keep saying this? We're about to be in 2027. Another 6 months, we're going to be in 2027. Are y'all going to be sitting here saying this for how long? Y'all going to keep saying this, gang? You can't keep trying to build a team from 4 years ago. Oh my God, bro. Where do they find these niggas at, man? I swear, bro, it's like they put out a Craigslist ad to find these people, man. I just don't get it, chat. I don't get where they find... Where did they find Tim McMahon, bro? You need to go be a McMahon, nigga. Go be a man, dude. Go work on a car. I be feeling these hoes sometimes when these hoes be saying, y'all niggas need to go to war. I be feeling that shit sometimes, man. For real. Niggas used to go to war, man. Go work on a car, McMahon. Y'all be up here just saying stuff. This stuff don't even be making sense. We gotta send you niggas back to war, man. We gotta send y'all to Iran, dude. Seriously, we gotta send these niggas to the Strait of Hormuz, whatever they call that shit. We gotta send these niggas back overseas again, chat. This ain't making sense no more, man. This is not making sense no more, man. We gotta put all these NBA reporter niggas, we gotta put y'all in a trade school somewhere, man. Y'all need to go learn how to work on AC units. Y'all need to work on cars again. Y'all need to go on an oil rig or something, bro. Y'all not even making sense. We got Tal Assassin. He said if Reeves starts tonight, JJ doomed us all. GG's. Shout out to GD with the $5 super chat. Appreciate you, man.
Spent like 10,000, 20,000, 30,000, 40,000. How much I'ma spend profiling?
You bitch ass LeBron James fans.
We got GD. He says the disrespect by OKC was bad. Playing 11 deep from 1 through 11. They have pit bulls while LA has 6 poodles, 1 aging boxer, 2 Scooby-Doos, and 1 Wolverine. He said, what was the point of Luka going to Spain? I don't know, dude. Shout out to Kurt Dudes, man, with the $5 super chat.
LeBron fans.
Got me on a late night mission, pulling up.
You said this is Groundhog Nightmare Saltines sucking over and over again. I'm a little bit lost, Kurt. I'm a little bit lost, Kurt Dudes. I don't know what that means, man. That's some country shit. I don't know what you're talking about, dude. I don't know where you're from, Kurt Dudes, but I don't know what that means, man. Shout out to you though.
And I just think like Austin's whole personality, like everything's fit in LA. Don't make it messy, don't make it complicated. You pay that guy.
So I understand that. Sorry, Cappy, real fast.
No, keep going.
Yeah, so the fact that, like, you have LeBron that you were going to have to pay also. Maybe not the full max that he could possibly get if he was a little bit younger. But so now you have LeBron, AR, and Luka all coming back. And this is an offseason where you basically have empty books. You can kind of go out and do whatever you really want to and trying to get as much to fit into Luka's scheme like they did in Dallas. Do you think that can happen when you have those three guys taking up a large portion of your cap?
You don't have to pay LeBron.
Really?
I disagree with that.
Oh, really? What do you think?
Why do you have to? Well, I think that if LeBron is back in LA, it's going to be at a significant pay cut. Because the simple fact is the priority for the Los Angeles Lakers is to build a long-term sustainable contender around Luka Doncic.
Is that still the priority, chat? Chat, that's not. I don't even believe that's still the priority at this point, man. I'm gonna be honest. I don't even believe the Lakers believe. And when I say the Lakers, I mean the new regime. I don't believe they believe in Luka. I don't believe that. I don't believe that. The old regime, that might have been their plan. I don't believe Magic Johnson and Mark Walter and the new guys, I don't believe this is their plan. That was the old regime's plan. If this is your first impression of Luka, this is a horrible first impression. Luka would have been better off, getting to the finals with LeBron, going on a long finals run like he did in Dallas. Then I'd say, okay, maybe they're going to build around him for the future. This nigga can't even play. Meanwhile, you got the 41-year-old. He's still out here dominating. Nah, Tim McMahon, like I said, I don't know where they found this dude. I don't believe the Lakers believe this Luka is the long-term future for this team anymore. I think Luka has done a fantastic job at pretty much ruining his reputation. To me, he's scared of OKC. That's why he doesn't want to play. We saw Anthony Edwards hyperextend his knee. He's back already. Right? To me, Luka's just ducking. He don't want this smoke. He don't want to get attacked. He don't want to get his ass beat. He don't want to get embarrassed again. So he's preserving his reputation and his image by not playing and not rushing himself back. I saw a clip yesterday of a doctor saying that he doesn't understand why Luka even went to Spain to get the treatment that he received, because it wasn't even the best kind of treatment he could have gotten. A whole doctor said this yesterday. So to me, like I said, folks, I don't believe that the Lakers believe in Luka at this point long term. I think anything is going to be on the... If this series goes down in the sweep, I think everything's on the table going into the summer. I think Luka's ass is on the chopping block this summer. Real talk. I think the only person that's safe here is LeBron. That's what I think.
LeBron at 41 is still an incredible player. but going into his age 42 season, he's not part of the long-term picture.
Right.
So it's obviously a year-to-year thing with LeBron. So if LeBron's back, it's got to be, it's got to be something that fits in the financial puzzle, and they've got to upgrade the roster around Luka and Austin Reeves. Austin Reeves he'll be the last piece of business, like officially, just because they'll want him on a cap hole. But to me, they've got to get more athletic. And I think they've got to do something to address the big man situation. Ayton actually played well in the first half of game one. He was a pretty big reason why they were hanging around. But DeAndre Ayton's not a guy you can count on.
Folks, you hear the racism seeping out? So wait a second. We got to pay Aston a max deal, but we got to get rid of DA. Who's outplaying Aston. DA had a double-double the last game. You see how the racism will slip out, chat? You got to listen carefully. You got to listen for it, chat. Listen, all you got to do is let these people talk long enough. They going to expose themselves. You guys just heard it. You see how quickly they are to throw the blacks under the bus? Oh, well, I don't believe you got to pay LeBron. He's not a part of your long-term future. When have the Lakers ever thought about long-term? When have the Lakers ever thought about long term? The Lakers have always been a win now organization. The Lakers ain't never been a long term, 5 years down the road organization. The Lakers have always been let's maximize the moment and let's win right now. That's what the Lakers have always been. Now let Tim McMahon tell it. It's about the long-term future. With 2 white boys. And we can't pay LeBron, and we got to get rid of DA. What I tell y'all, exactly. Always throwing the blacks under the bus. Exactly. That's their strategy. When things go wrong, they blame the blacks. I'm telling y'all, bro, all these people are racist, bro. Y'all got to pay attention to it, man. They're all racist. And then the crazy part is niggas will come to my channel and say that I'm the racist one when I hold everybody to the same standard. Nobody said I was a racist when I was holding Darvin Ham accountable. Nobody said I was a racist when we was getting on D'Angelo Russell, when we was getting on Russell Westbrook. Nobody said I was racist then. It was only when we kept the same energy with Aston. Now all of a sudden I'm a racist. No, y'all are the racist ones. This clown said race is not a factor. Shut your bitch ass up, nigga. We got Kurt Dudes. He said Memphis pale fuck has murked Bron for 4 years straight. Nigga talking about race is not a factor. Nigga, please. We got Banco. He said your behind the back dribble is so effective. Let's underpay the highest ticket price earner and give the playoff dropper the max. Exactly. Shout out to the Tethernator. You said notice how the lineups have changed when this bum came back? You said Bron should demand $70 million? You said these same people who cape for Aston hold Jaylen Brown to an impossible standard, and he's a two-way MVP player? He said 41-year-old LeBron is 100% better than Aston. Folks, like I said, man, the media, like I said, that's why I really don't pay attention to this stuff anymore, if I'm being honest with you guys, folks. You know, the only time I really consume it is just, I guess, to kind of like show you guys what we're up against. But, you know, there are some people, I can't really think of any off the top of my head that, you know, are fair and make sense. And it's not many, though. It's not many. Yeah, we're just up against a lot, folks, dealing with the media, man. This is what we're dealing with, folks. You know, like I said, they refuse to hold the whites accountable, man. There's always an excuse. There's always a reason why these niggas lose. Like I said, JJ Redick, dude, you've lost 5 straight games, bro, to Mark Daigneault and OKC. You've lost 5 straight games. At what point are you going to figure this thing out, dude? You've had game after game after game. You can't win a game, dude. You can't win a game. He said Aston Martin music. Oh my God, it's funny. Aston Martin music. He said Aston Martin music. Oh my God. Y'all want to do this Caitlin Clark shit, dude. That's what Aston is. Like I said, is Caitlin Clark, is she going to win anything in the WNBA? No, she is not, folks. If you want to win in the NBA, you want to know what you need, folks? BBB, triple B. That's what you need, folks. A big black bitch. That's what you need. A big black bitch. BBB. That's what you need. Caitlin Clark is not winning a championship. Y'all can parade her all around Indiana all y'all want. Y'all can make all the commercials y'all want. She's not winning a championship. You need one of them Angel Wilson. You need one of those. You need one of them 6'7" big hole. You need one of those. Seriously. You said Coop is next, dude? Yeah, have you heard of AJ DeBonza? That's who's gonna be in Cooper Flagg's way, buddy. Yeah, you think nobody else is coming? You just think everybody's gonna lay down for Cooper? Yeah, I'll raise you a AJ DeBonza. Fuck out of here. And I like Coop. I think Coop can play. But ain't nobody finna lay down for Cooper Flagg so he can win a championship. Ain't nobody laying down. And I don't even want to talk about that shit because that ain't going to be for another 10 years anyway. He ain't going to start winning until by another 10 years. Because he's not going to beat Wemby. So, like I said, I like Coop, but, I mean, like I said, nobody's finna just lay down so Cooper Flagg can win. Look at the competition. Competition is stiff. So, hopefully he can get one, but, like I said, they got a nigga named AJ DeBonza. That's a thoroughbred, dark-skinned nigga. Thoroughbred nigga. Like I said, y'all want cute motherfuckers. That's what y'all want. Y'all want soft features. You know, you want comb overs and you know, pale skin. That's what y'all want. Okay, that's fine. That's fine. Do what you want to do. Sign who you want to sign. But AJ DeBonza, he's coming. It's not going to be cute. It's not going to be pretty, man. It's just not. But it's going to be effective. You guys see Thero, right? Dark skin, dreaded the fuck up. It's not going to be cute. That's y'all's problem. Y'all want to be look smaxers and you want to be like Clav and you know, y'all care about mogging. I mean, I'm seeing dudes on Twitter, they talking about, let me show y'all how these white boys operate, chat. They talking about, even though Luka lost, at least he served face. I'm like, what? Look at this, chat. These niggas said, even though we lost, look at this, chat. These how these white boys be operating. Look. Y'all think I'm trolling. Look at this, chat. Look at what these white boys talking about. Lakers lost, but at least Luka served face. Bro, what are we talking about, man?
Spent like 10,000, 20,000, 30,000, 40,000. How much I'ma spend profiling?
The 96 Sonics. This is what you got to realize, Judah. It's very easy to out-debate locker room. It's not very challenging whatsoever.
Spent
the fact
like
that you let locker room outwit you and out-debate you, it says a lot. We're not talking about a very high-level basketball. And you got outwitted by the locker room.
She come in and compliment my closet. Fuck her on the floor like I don't give a fuck about it. Your judgment kick. Your judgment get clouded when you clouded. My opposition wish I'd stop smiling. My family wish I'd stop wildin'. I'm still on the east side smoking with my OG. Cause they the only ones that really know me.
This is what these white boys care about these days, chat. They want to mog. They want to serve face. They want to look sexy and cute. This is what they care about. I've never seen a LeBron fan talk about, Lakers lost, but at least LeBron served face. Like, bro, what are we talking about, man? Oh my God, man. So yeah, folks, starting lineups tonight. Let's see if JJ Redick is going to make a change. Let's see. Nope. Same starting lineup. No Vando tonight. Wow. So, yep, we're going with Aston again, chat. OKC is going to counter with the same lineup from the last game. Unbelievable, folks. Unbelievable, man. They would rather us just get swept with Aston. They would rather us just get swept. They don't even care at this point. Unbelievable, man. Well, folks, like I said, we just got to wait and see what happens, man. I'm gonna, like I said, I don't even want to make a prediction. I'm just gonna hope that the Lakers win the game. You know, hopefully JJ Redick at some point pulls the plug on this experiment. Do I think it's gonna happen? No, but you know, as the thumbnail shows you guys, folks, I mean, this is the Lakers. You know, this is the Lake KKers. Okay, so it is what it is, folks. I'm gonna watch this game. I'll probably be back at halftime, folks. Yeah, man, good show. Y'all do me a favor and drop a like on the video. And yeah, man, I'm out. Peace.